Good morning, Garden of England, Saturday morning. It's kind of windy out there, so I'm going to stay in here for a moment, just a quickie, so that you can hear this. Yesterday I sent out the invites to those who asked to be involved in the forthcoming project, the collaboration looking into Dr. Sean O'Mara's approach, so that we can start the new year, those of us who want to, following what we find as we create a little program to follow. Inevitably we're getting into the festive season, it's not far away. Even myself, I'm going to abandon some of my discipline just to enjoy myself, but you know what it's like, you get into past the new year and then you want to get yourself fit and healthy again, you want to improve things. So the Sean O'Mara protocols are amazing, and it's going to be really special to be able to provide that for you. So it's going to be next Thursday. It's going to be at 1 o'clock. If some of you out there watching this would like to participate, and by participating what I mean is, what we're going to do is we're going to see how many people do show up, and what we'll do is we'll divide up the various aspects of Sean O'Mara's approach, and each of us will go off and do our own research into, by watching his videos, reading his blogs and stuff, kind of putting together, and not acknowledge him obviously and honouring him, but begin to put together, if you like, a little program of each of us who collaborate and contribute our part to it, and then we can kick it off in January. So that's coming up. Feel free to get in touch if you'd like to participate at jack.black@mindstore.com, and I'll send you out the invite. You're more than welcome. But provided you're going to work, you're not just going to be a voyeur. Anyway, let's move on. This came to mind this morning. It's just a quick one. I don't know why it came into mind, but it did, and I think it's to do about the underlying power in what we're doing with our minds here. I remember I was in the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow in the Strathclyde Suite. That holds about 500 people. Seemed full in the day. It was a 2-day course, pretty sure it was. And someone came down the front at one of the breaks, asked a question about the power of the mind and so on, and for whatever reason I decided, once we came back from lunch on the second day, I asked if there was anyone in the audience who was really challenged by pain. And a great MindStore member, those of us from the Glasgow area who've attended Glasgow courses, we all love her, she's just amazing, and you'll maybe guess who it is, I suppose, if you've been coming to courses. She's really special. But she put her hands up, and she had apparently real challenging pain in her lower back. So I got her up on the stage, and I got her to turn round so the audience could see her back, and for her to find her forefinger and point directly to the centre of the pain. And so once everybody knew where it was, I got her to sort of, I had a table up there so she could sort of lean against the table, as it were. And I got everybody else in the audience to do this, to imagine their right palm right at the centre of a beam, like a laser beam of light, going all the way into the exact spot on her back that she'd pointed to being the centre of the pain, then returning to the left palm. So there was a circuit of this brilliant white light, this laser beam light, and the idea would be that we take a big deep breath, hold on to the breath, and push that energy out of her right palms into her back, into that exact place in her back, and back to her left hand, and hold it as long as we could with a big deep breath. And once the breath was gone, then to stop and just take a big deep breath. And then what I did was, once we did it, I asked her if she could touch the centre of the pain, and it had moved a little bit. And before we started, I asked her to give it a scale of 10, where it was really painful in that moment, and 1 there would be no pain. So now, after the first round of this, as it were, it moved, the pain had moved a little bit and it had come down. I vaguely remember it coming down from 10 to 7. And then we did it again. I think we did 3 rounds of it, and she had no pain. She had no pain. Because the mind's amazing. But here's the thing I really wanted to say as well, is the beautiful thing about what we do in MindStore is, when we get into our deep alpha state, when we're using our tools and techniques, we can only do good. Can I just repeat that? We can only do good. You know, what we couldn't have done that day in the concert hall is increase their pain, or get someone up who had no pain and give them a pain in the back. It doesn't work that way. When you're in your deep alpha state, especially when you're connecting with your inner coaches, remember the video, those who had the privilege of watching that, then there is only powerful, positive, amazing, creative, inspiring thoughts that impact people. And on here, if you're on Facebook with me, or you follow you'll know that on Facebook we have 2 healing pages. One of them's open. You can ask to join that. It's MindStore COVID team. You can ask to join that and you'll get involved, and from time to time I instruct people in what to do. You'll find a video on there, I'm sure you will, of how to do it. You can join in. There's another one which is only for people who did the more advanced course that I did a few years back. So there you go, thoughts for the weekend. Have a cracker. I certainly intend to, and I'll see you on Monday morning. Have a good one. Cheers now. Bye bye.